As we continue tonight on the other main news that we're following here on Cressy's Business, a top US diplomat has visited Ramallah and spoke to the Palestinian Authority leader. Secretary Antony Blinken, the US Secretary of State, met President Mahmoud Abbas, where they talked about reuniting Gaza and the West Bank under the reformed Palestinian leadership. Israel has already said, of course, that there'll be no role in their view for the Palestinian leadership in Gaza in the future. They both discussed as well the need for more aid into Gaza. That is something of which the Red Cross most certainly and heartily would agree as a matter of urgency, describing the humanitarian situation in Gaza as dire. The organisation says extreme shortages, food, water, fuel, medical supplies. The amount of aid entering via the Egyptian border is tiny compared to what is needed. The aid, well, we'll find out now from Robert Mardini, who joins me. Robert Mardini is the Director-General of the ICRC, and he's with me now. So, the issue of aid is going through the Rafah border. Is it also going through the Israeli border as well?
No, not at this stage. The aid is only trickling through the Rafah border, which has been designed only for the transit of persons. So it's trickling in, and all the aid that is getting in the Gaza Strip is only a small fraction of what is needed and cannot match the magnitude of the humanitarian need and the disaster happening.
I'm not for a single second decrying, denying or minimising the calls from yourselves, from World Food Programme, all of you. But you've been saying this now for months, and Israel doesn't seem to be listening, or the international community isn't able to put enough pressure.
It's not only about aid in and aid out. It's about also respecting the basic rules of war. International humanitarian law has been designed precisely to minimize the human suffering in armed conflict, and parties to the conflict have to respect these key rules.
But at some point it's going to dawn on everyone that Israel is going to finish this job as they see it, regardless. I mean, the US hasn't managed to get, I mean, there may be some modifications now. So what can you do?
And this is precisely why we are repeating our calls to the two parties of the conflict. There are two parties in this conflict, Israel and Hamas, and they are bound by those obligations. Civilians are in harm's way. They are caught in the line of fire day in and day out. This conflict is a nightmare. It has been a nightmare for the families of hostages for now more than 3 months. It's been a nightmare day in, day out for Palestinians being killed, being injured, lacking food, medicines, medical supplies, access to water, shelter in a freezing cold.
So the Egyptian plan that was put forward, or at least is out there, in various stages, it's a non-starter in many cases. Israel won't go for it.
Well, I won't speculate now, but what is needed is the combination of respect for the rules of war and unhindered access of humanitarian aid and the conditions for humanitarian actors to be able to deliver their work. We are able to do things, life-saving activities in the Gaza Strip today, operating in hospitals. We have medical teams there saving life 24/7.
And your own people have come into harm's way and unfortunately have succumbed.
We are devastated to learn today that 4 medics of the Palestine Red Crescent Society, our partners, have been killed in the line of duty. And this is not the first time humanitarians are also caught in the line of fire.
Sir, I wish you and I, meeting face to face, could be talking on happier matters, but I'm grateful that you've braved the cold to come out tonight since we're in Geneva. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Very much.